So the big guns are back in action after the Australian Open with Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, Andy Murray and Novak Djokovic playing on the ATP Tour this week. Joined now by an absolute legend of world tennis, former world number one Ilie Nastase joins me from Monaco. Ilie, first up, when the year began on 1st of January, did you foresee a Federer-Nadal final at the Australian Open?
He said that something that I think was great, to say he passed 1 or 2 rounds or 3 rounds. And they asked him if he had a chance to win the tournament. And he said, I don't think so, but I'm happy to play tennis again. So I told a comment like this, that means he's happy to play, even though he won so many Grand Slam, and is how old he is. But people sometimes, paper like you, the writers, they wanted to retire when you were best. I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
You retire whenever you want. You're not going to retire when you do your best book, when you write your best book, no?
Yes.
So you're not going to retire when you play your best tennis. Okay, you have not good year because he was injured and all this, but he did so much for tennis, he can retire at 100 years old.
Yeah.
People remember him when he won what he won, not what he's going to do now.
Ilie, what makes it special in a sense for Federer was that everyone said that if he could ever add to that Grand Slam tally, it would happen at Wimbledon. But for him to win at the Australian Open, to win against some top players, including Nadal in the final, you get a sense that Federer needed someone like a Nadal to make him great, We all knew he was the greatest player in tennis, but he needed someone like a Nadal to show his humane side as well, all those years when he was losing to Nadal.
Of course, when we play Nadal, he brings his best on him, that's for sure. Probably if you see Nadal, Djokovic, or I don't know, Nadal, maybe Murray, it's not going to be such a great game because they have almost same game. But I think when Federer brings out the best in everybody. And when he plays, doesn't matter against who he plays, it's going to be a great match,
Ilie, world number one Andy Murray recently said that players could start taking a leaf out of Federer's book and take these breaks to keep themselves energized. We saw that 6-month break which Federer took from the sport. He came back and won the Australian Open. There's also the other side. Because playing tennis day in and day out on the ATP Tour is a pretty rigorous business. You're flying one day, playing a tournament for 1 week, again checking into a hotel room. But on the other side, there are ranking points to defend as well. It is a pretty difficult choice to make, a break or continue playing and earn your livelihood.
I don't know, but when you have a family and all this, you want to spend more time on the family, and maybe tennis will be important, but I think now it's more important for him is his family, I think, and maybe that give him such relaxation because he don't no pressure, and he won already as much as anybody else or more than anybody else. So now it's what he's doing is something extra for him, and it's no pressure, I think, for him now.
Yeah.
I saw playing half volley from the back of the court, which only one guy, was Makarov doing that.
Yeah.
And because he probably cannot move so much, he has to do that.
Yeah.
And the other guy has to run, he has to just go like this, half volley. But it's very difficult to play half volley from the back of the court. From the middle of the court, it's okay. But from the back, the way he plays and hit the ball and ball goes next to the line, it's fantastic.
Ilie, were you surprised by Novak Djokovic's early exit from Melbourne? We all thought that he had a great shot, especially after starting the year beating Murray in Doha.
Well, I think it's time. It's a period that you have to understand. People don't understand those guys like Djokovic and Nadal and Federer. They play from Monday to the final, no? And the next Monday you have to be fresh like the guy who lost in the first round or second round.
Yeah.
So sometimes you just cannot concentrate, all the time and be ready. Sometimes you wake up, you don't feel good in the morning, and that's enough to lose a match.
Ilie, is world tennis ready for a transition in men's tennis, especially at the beginning of the year? The talk was that this is perhaps the year the next generation will step up. But you look at the Australian Open and you had 3 semi-finalists who were over 30. The worry is that there could be a massive void once these big four, Murray, Djokovic, Nadal and Federer start declining?
Well, it's happened. I don't know if it's going to. Well, when I was playing, I have guys like Connors was there until he was 42, and Rosewell until 43 or 44 finals, two finals, one in Wimbledon, one in US Open. So it's exception. I think these guys are exception. We're not going to see many players older than 35 going to win Grand Slams. Yeah. It's just exception, these guys.
One has to talk a bit also about women's tennis, Ilie, and the talk at the Australian Open was Serena Williams going past Steffi Graf's record. Now, I know it's not correct to compare generations, but in your opinion, what were Steffi Graf's strengths and what are Serena's?
Well, I think the game when Steffi played was not was different. Was not so physical like now, and she was more technical. She was an all-around player, and now just maybe you have a big serve and one forehand, and that's enough to win matches. But that time you have to play in clay all around. You know, play a drop shot, come to the net, maybe play a top spin lob, things like that. That today it's impossible of the game the way he plays the game today.